Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another episode of the CFTV preview show, the Chelsea Fan TV preview show, featuring myself and Kev as we go into the Nottingham Forest away day on Saturday at 5:30 UK time. But before we get into the video, we're going to give a quick shout out to the sponsor, Match Bingo. Guys, there is only 3 games left. If you have not taken the dive, get on the springboard, jump a few times, get a bit of height, dive in, download Match Bingo, click the link down below. It's bingo with a twist, okay? It's a bit of fun, all right? You don't have to be skilled to do it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to wear a fancy headset. You don't have to have anything, all right? All right. All you have to do is be over the age of 18 to play, and then you can win some good prizes. But so yeah, click the link down below. It does help the channel as well, and it shows them that we're doing a good job. But yeah, let's get straight into it, Kev. I mean, how's things with you, mate? You got the nice smart shirt on. I mean, how's things going?
With the oldest shirt I could find, mate, in the cupboard. Obviously, I didn't want to do it topless. It's currently 21 degrees up here, so nice and warm. But yeah, man, okay, things are okay. Good away day Saturday for anyone that hasn't been Nottingham. A certain little bar that we go at the start with some chicken. And last season it was a memorable one after a New Year's bender, me and Alex. But yeah, it's not going to be the same this year. I got a lot to do Saturday before I go to the game, so I'll get all that out of the way. Come and enjoy my day in Nottingham. So it's all good. Hopefully, we just play well and get the points as well.
Oh man, that's all you can ask for, really. I mean, how do you feel about the club? I mean, let's just take a deep dive straight into it. I mean, Todd Bowley is, he's come out and said he did a Q&A in Hollywood, and he said that he thinks the Chelsea plan is starting to come together, and he's surprised how quickly it's changed in such a short space of time, and he's clearly impressed with the results against Villa, the second half in that game, Tottenham, and then obviously West Ham as well.
Yeah, it's been since the Villa game. There's been a change around. That 5-0 hiding at Arsenal was embarrassing, but since since Pochettino's come up with this new tactical plan, which is putting Cucurella as a introverted left back, so he's playing more or less centre midfield. I think that's give us a bit more protection for the back four. He looks really good and he's looking good on the ball. And I pointed out to Villadino, I was like, what's Cucurella doing in the centre midfield? And I don't think many people realised it at that point, but he's kept it since then, and it seems to have worked. It seems like we're not conceding goals. I think, like I said, we've scored 7, conceding none. And when's the last time we've done that? I can't remember the last time we've kept 2 clean sheets in a very long time. So, team seems to be settling into a system. But wow, there's only three games left. 3 games left, and we finally found our feet. It's way too long for a team to be settling, but it's crazy. But like I said on the last preview show, how are you supposed to find stability when you haven't got a fit 11 every single week? You're having to mix and match every single week. So any manager that had Pochettino's task would have it hard. But with that in mind, it shouldn't have taken him this long to make a tactical decision to change it. He's played and mixed and matched with this team all season, but now we're on 34 games. He seems to have found one, which is it's way too late. But in regards to what he said about Bowley, I don't know what he's drinking, but he's got to be delusional. Like, come on, man! Like, this is nowhere near Chelsea quality team. It's nowhere near the stability that we need. The backroom staff are shocking. Everything's shocking about the club. So I don't know where he thinks that it's changed for the good all of a sudden. It's not.
I mean, his exact words that he thinks is starting to come together, right? So he's not saying it's there, but he's saying he thinks it's actually starting to click a little bit. Which I'll be honest with you, I agree with. I don't see that as a terrible statement. I mean, we've had a rough couple of years. And
You can't
was
just say that after two. You can't just say that after two results, though, bro. It's got consistency throughout a season.
yeah,
This season
yeah,
has been a total mess. Just because we've gone and beat West Ham 5-0 and beat Tottenham 2-0,
Kev,
can't
when
just
was the
jump
last
on.
time we won 3 games in a row with a clean sheet?
We haven't won 3 games in a row.
No, I'm not. I'm saying when was the but that's what I'm saying. If we beat Nottingham Forest, when would the last time would have been beforehand that we would have won 3 games on the bounce with clean sheets? So
Good.
in that sense, I think he's right. It's not wrong, Kev. I mean, look, I'm more lenient than a lot of people, and I do call bullshit on things that I don't believe with and don't agree on as well. I do think that we signed too many young players and got rid of too much experience, but it's done now, isn't it? Right? We can't exactly go back. We can obviously complain about it, but
We're
how
still
can we
doing it now, though,
rectify
aren't
things? How can we bring things back to where they need to be? And I think the next transfer window is ultimately going to tell us the direction we're headed.
we? Well, precisely. And obviously, Osserman's come out and say there's been news that I've seen this week that Osserman's currently seeing us as his favourite team to come this summer, and that's what I want to
Is
hear.
that
I
what
want to
Osman
see.
said of it?
Yeah, that's what it's been. PSG wanted him, but he wants to come to the Prem. So it's either us or Arsenal, but the clear favourites seem to be us. So fair play to the club for obviously doing something behind the scenes to convince him that this is the club that he needs to be at. But I don't want to, it's all ifs, buts, or maybe until I see us going and signing players at the caliber
Mm.
and having a stable 11. Who knows if Pochettino will be here or not? We just don't know. But I can't say just after 2 results, even 3 results, that this club's taking a step in the right direction. My philosophy is, and I want to see us having a full season going the right way. And then I could say I believe in the
Yeah.
project. We've had such a shocking season. It's now coming good. Okay, I ain't gonna try and lie about it. It has been better the last 3 games. But how can 3 games bring my, how can 3 games justify me saying that this has been a good season? Because it's not been. It's been a mess.
No, but I didn't say it was a good season. By the way, in the grand scheme of things, it's a progression, which in my opinion is good, and we should take it as a good thing. Not enough people give credit for just progressing. Like they're like, "Oh yeah, you have to progress." Well, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not something you're entitled to. You sometimes get better and sometimes you get worse. And when you get better, obviously you should be happy about that.
yeah.
But I mean, we've had a lot of setbacks this season. I saw a poll. Have a look at this, mate. So, Premier League injury table, clubs with the highest number of Premier League games missed through injury. Okay, to give you an idea, in last place is West Ham with 6 total injuries, 22 games missed. We're first, 54 injuries, 309 games missed. Now, who's been in the news, Kev, because of their injury problems? Go on, who's been in the news?
The players.
Man United.
Okay.
Everything at we've got all these injuries. Ten Hag, give him time, give him time. Right? I just said we have 54 injuries. They have had 35. We've had 19 more.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, Kev. We've
Oh,
missed over 70 games through injuries more than Man United. And people want to criticize the manager as if he's the only problem. Granted, Pochettino's not been great every game,
yeah.
but he's been working with bums. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the injured players are bums because they're injured, but the players that have been available a lot of the time for where they're at and where they need to be, Chelsea level and all that,
Yeah.
not good enough, mate. Not good enough at
So
all.
this is why as much as I'm still kind on it, I think if we secure Europe, it's got to be given another season.
Well,
But
it's a
if we don't
success. It's
qualify
a
for Europe,
success, Kev. If we get into Europe, it's a success.
if we
Why do
yeah,
people not want to say
qualify
that?
because we've all got very high standards,
Oh,
and obviously
we're
not
delusional. We are delusional, Kev.
high
What is
standards
this?
and high standards, but you got to be realistic and you got to see things for what they are. If you're under a new regime like we are now, We've had everything stripped out, including the groundsmen, the medical staff. Everyone's been stripped out. It's a new regime. It's basically a new Chelsea, starting from scratch. And within 2 seasons, we're back in Europe. So, yeah, positive.
And
So, yeah,
also, Kev,
Pochettino probably would deserve to keep his job.
of
But
course he would,
we are
Kev.
not. We're not there
Of
yet. We've got to beat.
course he would.
We've got to beat Forest. We've got to beat Bournemouth, and we've got to beat Brighton. So we've got 3 kind of tricky games. 3 games that we need to win until we can secure that 7th spot. And if we do, maybe Pochettino deserves to keep his job.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Nottingham Forest, they've only got 2 games left, right? Us and
Yeah.
Burnley. So I actually don't think we're the all-in. Is the all. And they're still sitting above the drop zone anyway. So I mean, really, we have to look at the Premier League table in a way and try and decipher. Okay, if Burnley pick up points, where does that leave Forest? And even if Burnley pick up points, Forest are safe. That means Burnley would have to win their next game and then beat Nottingham Forest as well. So get 6 points out of the next 2 games in order to stay up. Luton would just have to they would have to win the next game, and then Nottingham Forest would have to drop points twice. So for me, like Nottingham Forest, obviously you've got to be careful. You don't want to get relegated. I'm not saying be relaxed, but they are going to be. There's not as much pressure against us as there will be on the final day if the other teams around them pick up points. For me, this is a result that we have to get. I mean, the momentum is with us, and the fact that Nottingham Forest won the other day. I'm trying to think who they beat.
3-1 Sheffield.
No, they beat Sheffield 3-1. Right, so they've come off of a win. This is exactly what we've been saying the whole season, Kev. It's like, keep the momentum, keep the momentum. What can relegation teams not do? Keep momentum. So actually, I think we're playing Forest at a great time. They got a win. Yeah. They're basically safe, if we're being honest. I think Burnley are going to win 2 on the bounce, and I'd be surprised if Luton did the same. So for me, we go into this game under the pressure ourselves. And because Nottingham Forest have less pressure on them, because maybe the teams around them are so bad, I just think that we've got to win this game, mate. We've got to win this game. And we've come off with 2 clean sheets ourselves, mate. I mean, I'm looking at this going, nip me a 1-0, get me 1 goal. I want a special goal, park the bus, do what you need to do. It doesn't need to be pretty. I don't care how we win. I don't care about the triangles, the diamonds.
Yeah, just
if I wanted to go to a jewelry shop, I'll go somewhere else. I'm on the football pitch. I want results.
To get results.
And maybe we're starting to get results. I don't know why. Look, let's. This is what I'm trying to say, Kev. Basically, I've been saying it the whole season, mate, and people are starting to agree with me.
Yes, we have, Alex.
This manager has been given such a difficult task, and the fact that we're even considering the fact that we can compete for European football the way we've been playing with some of the quality of the players we've had this season is a miracle in itself. And I do think we'll get European football because Man United are just bottle jobs, and I think Newcastle might struggle as well. But that doesn't take credit away from what the team are doing, and that just because I give credit to the team as well, Kev. I feel like I'm waffling.
I'd just be very concerned if we did get Europe, Alex. To be fair, because the amount of injuries that we have got without European football this season. So if we continue to go in the same fashion with European football, how is it going to be sustainable in respective of the team? What team are we going to play with Europe? It's just going to be probably the Cobham youth team playing Europe and the injured 11 on a Saturday, because we cannot compete in Europe the way we're going right now. That's my only concern. Obviously, with that, it is good to have Europe when you look at the big picture. I want to go on a European away day next season, wherever you're going to end up in the conference or cold night in Bulgaria, or wherever you're going to be sent.
I don't know if Bulgaria's the one, but fair enough.
I don't know where we're going to be. It's going to be some country like that, going to some Eastern Estonia or something like that. But we need to get things right off the field for us to get it right on the field. So that means getting the right people taking care of the players, because it's been an absolute shambles. There's not even no put sugarcoating it. The way these players have been brought back and getting injured with the same injuries within 2 games, players coming back not even fit, like I said before. Gusto seems to be hobbling off after 70 minutes most games. We need the players fit for us to compete in Europe, as I wouldn't even want to go into Europe. There's been no point, because what's going to happen then is we're going to go into Europe, and what's going to fall at the side, the Premier League form is going to go that way, because we're going to end up getting injuries on the European games. So once we get that, once we get that right, I'll be more happier. But until then, who knows? But yeah, let's touch upon the Nottingham Forest game. Yeah, it's an important game. We've got to get the win. Like you said, Nottingham Forest, not a very good form themselves. They need the win more than us. I believe under a Nuno team, they usually sit back, but I can't see them sitting back. I think they're going to come out and try and play. So I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for score. The front 4 seem to be firing, apart from Mudryk, sorry. So the front 3, Jackson's firing, Cole Palmer's firing as usual, and Madueke has been phenomenal. So if we get any opportunities going that way, I'm sure we'll win. So it's going to be a tough game, but it's just who takes the chances. They've obviously got Hudson Odoi. He's been absolutely, I think he's been brilliant this season. And I think it goes to show. He's had all them injury issues at us, go to a club and spread your wings kind of thing, and it can bring you back. And he scored 2 the weekend just gone. He scored a worldie couple weeks ago as well. So yeah, they're going to be up for it. They've got a decent team. It's going to be a hard game. Anyone thinks that we're going to go there and turn them over, I don't know what you've been drinking. So let's just see. I do want to get the win. If we get the win, it takes a lot of pressure off us going into the Brighton and Bournemouth game in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean the pressure's on us until the end. I do believe that we could probably afford to drop one more game, because I actually think Newcastle United will continue to drop points, but this is not the game to do that. I think ultimately going up to that final day, you want to be in control, and as long as we're in control, then I can't really complain. I mean, who have Newcastle got next? You know, Newcastle are playing, Kev.
I can have a look. They've got Man United next week.
So they've got Brighton coming up.
Brighton at home, which is a tough game. Then we've got Man United at St James, Man United at Old Trafford, which for me is a good game for both for us.
They've got a few games. Oh no, they've got a few. Yeah, so they've got Man United and they've got Brentford as well, mate. So actually, for us, we want Brighton to beat Newcastle, and if Man United and Newcastle then draw, that's a great result for us. I mean,
there you go.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So that would guarantee us the European spot if we just keep picking up points. And I don't see why we can't do it. I mean, we're starting to have some players come back as well, which fills me with more confidence. And Kunku's coming back, Colwell's coming back, Gusto's coming back. And generally there just seems to be a bit more cohesion in the squad. Forget injuries. There seems to be like a set team now.
Yeah, and that's what I said in the last preview, which you never posted. I said these injuries may do us well, because now you've got the same 11 every single week. So that can do worldies for confidence. Like, look at Mudryk now, even though he's still playing pretty average, but he's had 3 games where he started. He hasn't had that since he's been here. Madueke's had a run of games now. Jackson, we all knew he was going to start all the games anyway. Palmer's playing the 10. Like the team picks itself. I think once all the players come back from injury, it's different then, because you can rotate in the week. So we've had a midweek game, you rotate and you come back to another team on a Saturday. Now it's just the same team midweek, same team weekend. So that's why we're seeing more cohesion. We're seeing more of a balanced team. Players seem to be understanding each other a bit more. I can't say the fully in Mudryk. I keep going to Mudryk. He doesn't seem like he's confident yet, but come on, this is his chance. Like, we're all saying loan him out at the moment. If he goes there the last 3 games and he has a little run, maybe that keeps him in the team for next year. So everyone's got their chance to play for next year. So that should be in the player's mind now. Can we play to? We've got our chance now, which we never had. Can we kick on now? Use this opportunity to stake a claim for next season, because it's that simple. If they play well the next 3 games and we get into Europe, we're going to be like, you know what, that's it. Probably need 2 or 3 signings in the summer. So it's kind of good we've had all the injuries. To be fair, I think it's done us good.
It's
But
like
yeah,
a bad thing that you didn't want to happen, but you realise actually it was all for the
it's
best.
good. It was good. But in that sense, I think the bench we've had, the substitutions we've had in the last few games have been abysmal. I couldn't tell you the majority of the players on the bench. So yeah, it's good to have Colwell back on the bench. It's good to have Badashile back on the bench, Gusto back on the bench. Just a few more experienced players, just in case someone gets injured. So yeah, it's looking good. It's all in our hands now. I think we can go and get 9 points. The way we played against not West Ham is just so much. The way we played against Tottenham impressed me more than West Ham, even though we scored more goals against West Ham. I think
West Ham was so poor though. That's
West
that's
Ham,
that's
that's
the
the
thing.
reason why they was
Yeah.
all over the place. Zuma looked like he had 10 cats on his back. He was that slow. like
Yeah.
like Tottenham for me impressed me just the way we set up and the way we set up and the way we never let them get in the gaps and on set plays going that way. We look good. Set plays defensively, we look good. So it seems to
Yeah.
me that we've took a corner, but this is Chelsea Football Club. This is the new Chelsea Football Club. We never know what's around the corner. It could be a 3-0
No,
Nottingham on Saturday. You just never know. So this is why I
no.
don't. A lot of people saying, "Oh, they need this. The Chelsea's back and this and another." Not for me. I just want to see us win the next 3 games. End of the season, I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I can't just go off 2 games and be excited. Though that because we've been there, done it. We've been there, done it already this season where we've won 2, 3 games and be like, yeah, 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 and then they go and let us down. So let's see if we can go on a consistent run now to the end of the season.
No, it's true, mate. I mean, I don't know if you've heard about some of the recent news as well. Chelsea have reportedly reached an agreement verbally with
Yep,
Esteval Willian.
yep,
He's a 17-year-old winger, and he's been strongly linked with us for a couple of months. He plays for Palmeiras,
yep,
and there's been quite a bit of interest from Bayern Munich as well. But it seems like we've won the race. His personal
yep,
terms are agreed, according to Fabrizio.
yep,
And yeah, another young player, another young Brazilian coming into
yep,
the squad. Another right winger though, Kev. We've got Kendry Paez, we've got Angelo,
yep.
Madueke. We know
Madueke,
Cole Palmer can play on the right.
Sterling,
Sterling
Sterling.
can play there, so we're not exactly limited with options. What do you think about
I
that?
think with this transfer, I think he's signing for us, but he's not signing. He's not coming until 2025, so he'll stay another season over there.
Right.
So I can kind of see why they're making these transfers. I think they're just building a profile of players to come in a couple of years' time, which
Hmm.
is good. But ultimately, we want players for now. Like I'd rather go and sign a Michael Elise, get rid of Sterling. Don't know about Mudryk yet. Maybe he gets loaned out, and I'm signing someone like Elise, like a proven Premier League quality winger, and that's what we want.
Why do you want to sign another right winger though, Kev? Why do you want to? We've got right wingers.
No, but Elise can play on the left. He can play through the centre. He can play on the right. So he gives us
Do you
options
think we need a
across.
player like that? I don't think we need that player.
I'd love Elise, Charles.
But
He's
we've
been
got
turning up.
Cole Palmer who plays in the 10, right? You've got Madueke who plays on the right. If you need backup for Madueke in future, for me, I personally really like Kendry Paez. I don't know if we'll see him for a while in the Chelsea shirt, but I
Yeah,
think he's really, really good.
yeah, but
Um,
he's only 16 years old. He's still got at least 2, 3 years to even be.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right. But I mean,
And
what's
that's the
the
same
point
with
of
that Willian.
spending the money on
Yeah,
Elise though when you've got these
yeah,
other players coming through? Because knowing our owners, you give them a 5-year deal, maybe a 6-year deal, that's going to hinder the development of all the other younger players.
yeah. Well,
Do you see what I
I
mean?
just
I
believe,
think we need a left winger, mate. If I'm totally
believe,
honest with you,
I just believe Sterling will probably get shipped off.
I hope
Mudryk,
so.
Mudryk may get loaned out. So needs space for one, and I don't want to see any young talent. I want to see proven. So that gives a bit of competition for Elise. I think it'd be good business to get another quality winger in. That's my personal preference. But yeah, it's all good with all these youngsters being signed and stuff. But still, I think we're still 2, 3 away. If we want to get Champions League next year, we need another 3 or 4 experienced, proven quality players in the
Yeah.
fold, and I think we'll be fine.
For me, we need a striker, we need a centre back,
Yeah,
and we
so,
need a
yeah,
left back and a left winger.
yeah.
That's where I
So
see it. I think Ben Chilwell. I can't justify holding him for any longer. We need a replacement for Thiago Silva.
Yeah,
Mudryk needs cover, as you said. There's a good chance he can go on loan, but actually, if there's no cover, he has to stay. I'd like
yeah,
Sterling to go to Saudi, and then Jackson. Just give him a bit of competition up front, and that gives you flexibility tactically as well. You can play two up front if you want to change
yeah,
during the games. It's nice to have different options. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's certainly no shortage of spending going on, and I think
yeah,
from what I've heard with all the journos, they say Chelsea are going to have another big window, which is always exciting. But
yeah.
are we going
Listen,
to have another window
listen,
where we sign bums?
I don't
That's
care if we spend another £1 billion or spend another £20 million. I just want quality, bro. Quality over quality over
quantity.
quantity. That's the word. Quality over quantity, yeah. Because it's all being well going and signing another 10, 15 youth players that are going to get sent to Strasbourg or get sent to any other loan team. They're not doing nothing for us. It's just a waste of money in my eyes. I want to see players that we signed coming straight into the team, strengthen what we've got already. We've done all that already. We've had 3 transfer windows of signing future prospects. It's now time to build the team that we've got now so that we can push forward, get some stability into the team, and push for getting back in Champions League. If we go and have another transfer window like the last few ones, it's a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. But I can still see why they're doing it, but they need to be thinking about now, not 3 years away, because look at it. The team right now is not good enough to be challenging for Champions League right now.
No, no,
So
you're
yeah,
right.
quickly touching upon the Forest predicted lineup for yourself. Obviously, we've got a couple of players coming back into the fold. Obviously, a lot of people say don't change a winning team. The last two games we've kept the same team, haven't we? And have done reasonably well.
Yeah, we
What
just
changes
changed
would you?
Silver, didn't we?
Yeah,
Silver
yeah,
and
yeah.
Gilchrist come
We
out.
more or
But
less kept
yeah,
the same. More or less kept the same team.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, what substitution, what replacements would you make going into this game?
Well, Petrovic is obvious. Cucurella, I think, is obvious as well. Um, I would like to see Thiago Silva start this game. I think Nottingham Forest fans have a good atmosphere at home. Nobody seems to talk about Forest, but they've got a decent home atmosphere.
Brilliant.
And as I said, we know there's a lot of tension on both sides because they're competing to stay in the Prem. We're competing for European football, so Silva can deal with that. Chalobah, I'd like to see him in there as well. I don't mind if it's a centre back or right back, to be honest with you. If Gusto's fully fit, then put him on the right, but
Yeah.
I'd rather we just rest him if we need to. What other options does that give us at centre back? Is that Badia Shield,
Bradishile.
right? Oh well,
Bradishile.
Badia Shield's been good recently. So yeah, I'd play him as well.
There's the sauce as
And
well, isn't
then you got Caicedo, Gallagher. They pick themselves. Lots of running, lots of dirty work in the midfield. They'll link it up nicely. Palmer in the 10, Madueke on the right, Mudryk on the left, and then Jackson up top. I mean, is Sterling fit again? I don't know.
Sterling is on the bench, wasn't he, for West Ham? I'm sure he was. So,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if. Yeah, actually, as far as I'm concerned, keep Mudryk playing. If
yeah,
Sterling's going to come on, he's made a few impacts as a sub, so maybe he can do it this time
yeah,
from the left. But yeah,
yeah,
it's not really a very different team.
yeah.
Nottingham Forest have some good threats. So, I mean, if you look at some of their players, I'm very
Gibbs
very
White,
impressed with what they have. You know, they've
Gibbs,
got
Gibbs White, Gibbs White, Alanga, Hudson
yeah.
Odoi. The three amigos have got there have been well. They're doing well. Gibbs
If
White,
they if they
I
get
don't think he'll get.
relegated, Kev, I think Gibbs
Yeah,
White is going to have a big move.
he's gone. He's
Yeah,
gone.
he's going to have a big.
Arsenal apparently. Arsenal want him. Tottenham have been looking at him as well.
I,
Newcastle United
I
been
I could
looking at him.
see Gibbs White going to a team like Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, Tottenham.
as an alternative to Madison if he's injured or something. Because
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong, he can play out
On the
wide
wing,
well.
on the wing, attacking midfield and centre midfield.
Yeah, so you got a variety of options there. I don't think there's anything better to have in your team than versatile players. If you
Yeah,
if you have players that can play in multiple positions,
yeah,
that is just great. I remember we had Aspilicueta. I feel a similar way about Chalobah. He can play centre back. He can play right back. I just love players who you can play in a variety of Cole Palmer, Jackson. These are players you can chop and change a little bit.
Yeah.
All these things make a huge difference to your managers. And if you're like a, I don't know, let's say a Mudryk, there's not really a lot of options, is there? You know,
Left wing and attacking midfield.
yeah, it's all the same for him. He doesn't strike me as a versatile player, but then you've got other players who make life easy for a manager. And I think Gibbs White is one of them. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's going to be difficult to keep them out. Obviously, got Hudson-Odoi as well. I didn't even think about him and Chris Wood. But it's whether Forest can take their chances and whether we can get the first goal. What we've seen recently is whoever gets the first goal for Chelsea over the past couple of games tend to do all right. And if we can get that first goal, I think it's done. Because
so
Forest
that last season, we got the first goal there last year, and Forest came back out the second half, mate, and it was all over us, as you can probably remember.
I remember, yeah. Gives way at the post. I'm not wrong in that game.
Yeah, they should have won that game. Timo Anawuyu, the Nigerian forward, he was phenomenal that game. He really put Koulibaly on ropes. So, yeah, let's not take anything away from Forest. They've got a few threats, but like you said, I think it's a game of who's going to take the chances. If we go and take our chances, which we've been creating so many in the recent games, if we go and take our chances, we can win this game. Keep it defensively solid like we have in the last couple of games. We've got all chances of winning, but let's just be positive. I'm feeling like if you're going to ask me what the predictive score is going to be, I'm feeling pretty positive, for once. Everyone usually gets at me in the comments, Kev's so negative, this is negative. Yeah, last two games have been brilliant, and I think we take the winning mentality and this atmosphere into this next game. I'm sure we'll probably come away, see Nottingham getting one. I'd say 3-1 Chelsea. 3-1 Chelsea.
I'm not as optimistic as that. I don't think we'll score 3 necessarily, but I think we just build on the clean sheet, mate. Just get another clean sheet. 1-0. Forest have had a lot of bad luck as well, so in a weird way, I'm expecting them to have some bad luck. I'd love it if they scored a last-minute goal and VAR disallowed it or something, and it was completely outrageous. But it went our way anyway.
They've had a few of them, and
I'd love that, honestly. But yeah, I think we've got what it takes. I think pressure's on us more than them because they can beat Burnley on the final day. So yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Chelsea. And we'll see how it goes. But listen, guys, if you've been watching the whole video, 33 minutes, thank you very, very much for watching. We appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up on the video. And if you agree or disagree with anything myself or Kev has said, let us know in the comments. It's always good to know what you guys think. But apart from that, we will see you before the next game.